Well, here we are. We are live. Coffee with Coach Rosa. It's been a while, hasn't it, friends? Grab your cup of coffee and join me. We're going to have a little morning chat. So great to see you guys. Say hi to me if you're watching. And if it's a replay, give me a comment. Do subscribe to our channel if it's on YouTube. I'm streaming live. I'm on multiple channels. And I'm excited. I've got here in my eyes. I'm excited to spend a few moments with you. You know what I want to talk about today? Is I want to talk about how to make a decision, when it comes to your career, even your business, actually, what to start, let's say, in a way that's easier and brings you more fulfillment. And if this is a topic you find interesting, give me a shout out in the comments. Say, yes, this is interesting to me. Give us a little yes in the comments. So I'd love to see if you're watching and listening, and if you're live, because I can't necessarily see you from this particular application. But this is going to be short and sweet and hopefully give you some good value. So grab your coffee and let's jump in and have a chat. There's three things that I want you to consider when you're looking at what do I do next, whether it's your whether it's your job, the career path you're on, or even starting a side hustle, a business. A lot of people consider starting things and they think about it a lot, and then but then they don't necessarily like what they're doing, and so we have to consider, first of all, there's the first thing I want you to consider is, where do you want to be in a couple of years? Don't look 20 years down the road. Maybe some people can't imagine 20 years. Think about 2-3 years from now. Where do I want to be? Ultimately, where do I want to be? Good morning. Good morning. Thanks. Good to see you. So where do you want to be? That's first thing. What are your goals? And shorter term in regards to, let's say, 18 months to 3 years. Where are those goals? What do they look like for you? It'll give you more direction when you focus on that. Of course, when you're doing your life planning, you will want to say, ultimately, here, I want to be here in, a marker of 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. But I want you to start with something shorter. Goals, 18 months, 3 years from now, where do you want to be? And write that down. And it might be, let's say, debt-free. Let's say debt-free is one of your goals. That's going to shape your decision differently than someone who says, I want to, have been established in my career and on my way to management, and in management by then. So those are the kind of goals I'm talking about, specifically kind of work-related, business-related, and very, very important to you. So that's the first thing. Second thing is your values. What is important to you? What are your personal values? Because if you do something that doesn't align with your values, you will not be happy. I spend a lot of time with people, helping them to make decisions, important decisions. And I'm just honored that people choose to have those conversations with me. And for decades, I've met with people in this very office and had very, very monumental decisions that they had to make. I certainly didn't help them make the decision. It wasn't my job to make a decision for someone else. What I did is I asked them what their values were. I have an honest conversation about what's important to you right now. What matters to you? What if someone took it away, it would just disrupt your life, your mental well-being, your nervous system. That's how important a value is to us. So if you said, I'll speak for myself. If someone said, you just can't work out anymore, it's not going to happen. You can't do any more even walking, no more, fast-paced walking, no working out. I would just not be settled. That is my therapy. Exercise and fitness is really, really a part of my life that I just value so much. I derive so much joy from it, and it gives me a sense of balance. So it's a very, very high value, and it probably, I should say, fitness is one example, but it also connects up to health and staying well. That's really the ultimate value. And so if I had a job that said, we need you to travel 75% of the time, and you'll be staying in hotels and you're working 14 hours a day, and we'll pay you a lot of money to do it. Money wasn't one of the higher values, I said. It was, more, you heard balance and health and fitness and probably community when you think about it, connecting with people. So I would probably, maybe I would take the job, but then I'd realize, wow, I miss my workouts, right? This is working out in a hotel is okay if they have a good gym, but it's not my routine. And I don't, maybe I'm eating on the run and I'm not sleeping well. Those are all counter to health, which was the value. You have to know your top, 5 values. Or if someone woke you up in the middle of the night and said, what's important to you? You know your top 5 values. Really important. The third thing I'm going to bring up, there's 3 points to this, was your goals. Where do you see yourself? What are your values? And what are your gifts? What are your gifts? What are you so good at that it doesn't feel like you're working? This is a really good question to ask yourself. What are your gifts? Something you're so good at that it doesn't feel like you're working. Because if you can monetize the gift and find a way to serve others with this gift, it will meet your values more than likely and hopefully align with your goals. Does it align with your goals? You want to ask yourself that question. Does that align with my goals? So our gifts are our ability to do something so well, a competency that we've probably cultivated over our lifetime. And it's not hard. Like I love going live for you. I love teaching. And I hope, it's something I consider that I'm good at, but I know a lot of people said, wow, how do you do that so easily? How do you just get in front of a camera and start talking? Here are my notes. My notes have 3 things written on a Post-it note. I don't have my glasses on, so I can barely see it. But I love coming up with a concept for you and sharing this mini coaching kind of session with you. And I've been doing it for decades. So it's easier for me to just pivot and do something like that than it would be maybe I couldn't figure out how to make a cappuccino to save my life, or a latte. I wouldn't know how to make a latte. And that's someone's really great at that, whipping up some wonderful concoctions and coming up with amazing drinks and cafes and things like that. Know your gifts. So I'm going to wrap this up, short, sweet, career, decision-making, even starting a business applies to all of it. And it's not an acronym, but I broke it down as like the 3, it's GVG. It doesn't stand for anything, but it's GVG. Your goals, your values, and your gifts. I hope this was helpful. I hope you found it useful. Give us a shout out in the comments. I hope to see you in some of our workshops. I have a whole bunch of them coming up and through Rochester Works. And I'm looking forward to having more coffee talks with you. Have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Thank you for joining me. And do subscribe to YouTube if you're on YouTube. That would be awesome. Thanks.